The Chicago Bulls experienced quite the rough patch last season. They had a mid-season coaching change, injuries to some of the young talent, and they were forced to give significant minutes to players like Ryan Archie-Dimes. This resulted in them only winning 22 games last season, but they do have two potential All-Stars, maybe even superstars in Zach LaVine and Larry Markkinen, and Vegas has them projected at 33.5 games this season. So why are people optimistic about the Bulls? And should they be? Good evening. I'm not Stephen A. Smith, but welcome to the Idiot GM, where I gamble imaginary money for pretend. In my fantasy gambling league, we each get $100,000 to start the season with to bet on the NBA over-unders. And I'm going to tell you why I dropped $12,000 on the... So, are the Chicago Bulls going to be good this year? Maybe. The good thing is, I don't need them to be good, I just need them to be good enough. And I think they've got the people to do it. I'm going to rank who I think will be the most important people to them in terms of winning games. Not who's the flashiest or who has the most potential, but we'll get them to at least 34 wins so the mob doesn't blow out my kneecaps. I'm dead freaking serious. Otto Porter is one of the most underrated players in the entire league. He's a fantastic player. He's every bit as good as Brogdon, but he doesn't get as much love because, well, he's one of the most overpaid. He's a switchable defender, efficient shooter. He's going to be the anchor of this defense, someone that raises their floor. And expect his offensive output to go up this season because of... Again, I know what you're thinking. And it's okay to call me an idiot because that's my name. But what's not idiotic is Tomas's skill. He was great in a starting role for the Wizards once John Wall was out, and he was even greater in this year's FIBA World Cup. He's an efficient shooter, got great size, and he doesn't turn over the ball, and he's a great and willing passer. This guy is love and bread. He raises up everyone around him, and he'll be one of the reasons why this season our next guy will be an all-star. This is the season where Zach LaVine, barring injury, averages a 25, 5, and 5 stat line. Instead, Aransky is going to be a huge part of that, giving him better shots to shoot. Expect him to shoot over 40% from 3 this season. He's going to be a fantasy god, and while he could use some work on the defensive end, and if Jim Boylan can prevent him from being a black hole on offense, expect really good things to come from this guy. He's very exciting to watch. It's crazy that it's taken me this long to get to him. Larry is awesome. Love everything about this guy, from his jacked shoulders, to his touch, to his rim running. His lack of rim protection kind of sucks, but that can be improved upon seeing as he has the instincts for it. But for him, it's just about not taking plays off. And hopefully the duo of him and Wendell Carter can clean up around the rim for a team that was one of the worst rebounding teams in the entire league last season. That front four seems awesome, right? Maybe not a title contender awesome, yet at least, but still really solid. Unfortunately, that's where it drops for us. The NBA season is a grind. 82 games is tough, especially on the previously damaged bodies of the team's stars. So where are the rest of the minutes going to go? Thaddeus Young exists? I know people like him, and he has a knack for being on teams that get to the playoffs, and maybe he can use that experience to help lead this team, but his play on the court is just mad at me. He's just filler. Chris Dunn is a coach's dream when it comes to practice, I'm sure. He's the type of player your high school coach matched you up against, who worked really hard, but clearly had much less skill than you. But the coach insisted he would take your spot if you weren't careful. And while this may be good motivation, actually having him on the court is a whole nother thing. He just doesn't translate to winning basketball. Let me rephrase that. He doesn't translate to winning basketball for the Bulls. He works hard, and I love his attitude, and he could be very valuable on another team. So trade him. Kobe White could be good. I'm optimistic he could be, and he'll fit right in with a team who is top 10 in the league in points in the paint. But I'm not going to put my life into a rookie's hands, you know? And all these players could either overperform or underperform, and that'll be directly tied to head coach Jim Boylan. He just flat out missed when he took over the head coaching job, but he was able to make some small adjustments as the season went on. I'll give him that. I can see him continuing to make small adjustments to help the team win, but I could also see him taking a step backwards. His seat's already warm, but wasting the talent that this team has, he's going to melt him right off of it. I'm taking the over. I'm not super confident about it, so if you took the under, I'd completely understand. I guess we'll see. But what do I know?
You cannot stop this!
I'm fresh like a can of picante, and I'm deeper than Dante in the circles of hell.